Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. Cardi, Trevor, myself, and the staff are proud to celebrate the launch of our newest program. This program was made possible through a $94,700 Ontario Trillium Foundation seed grant from the Government of Ontario. Let me explain with this program how it started. In October 2012, during one of my support group sessions, one of my clients explained to me how all of his friends literally bailed on him when he was diagnosed with epilepsy. They all left. They didn't want to do anything to do with him. He had nobody to hang with, nobody to swim with, go swimming with, go for a coffee with, go to the movies, or just something as simple as go for a walk, okay? His biggest fear doing it by himself was that he could possibly fall into a window on the street if he had a seizure. He could fall, if he was downtown Toronto, he could fall down the subway stairs if he had a seizure, okay? Or the worst part is that depending on where he was, he could fall into oncoming traffic or get pushed while he was going into a seizure. Then, and I use a quote from Martin Luther King, I had a dream, right? So I started working on this dream. I worked on developing a program whereby clients could meet up with volunteers for socialization, friendship, and community involvement. Many years of asking questions, modifying, asking questions and more questions, rewriting, adjusting, and formulating the parameters, questions, tracking, and validity of this possible program. This new program works to implement a volunteer-client partnership, fostering inclusion and support for individuals living with epilepsy. The goal is simple: strengthen community connections and engagement, foster new independence, reduce isolation, and build confidence. Simple. The EPI-Buddy Program brings people who have been diagnosed with epilepsy and matches them with non-epilepsy diagnosed volunteers. And it's key that my volunteers do not have epilepsy. They provide companionship, one-on-one assistance with everyday tasks and errands. At Epilepsy South Central, we're committed to improving the quality of life for people with epilepsy and their families. This investment helps us to create lasting connections and a stronger community. Most of you know, as you're here, that epilepsy affects more than just a person's health. It can impact confidence, independence, and social connections. That is why we do what we do, to ensure that we provide the best quality of life for our clients and their families. So in closing, I made it short. I really made it short. I'd like to thank our volunteers, the participants in the program, my staff, funders, and the community partners for making this program possible. Together, we're helping people with epilepsy feel more connected, confident, and supported. And last, but in no means least, a massive thank you to MPP Rudy Cuzzetto, Mohan, Damle from the Ontario Trillium Foundation, and everyone here who couldn't make it, those who couldn't make it today, who are supporting this innovative and important project. So on behalf of Trevor, Carly, and myself, and Steve up in Cambridge, thank you for being a part of this new program. I really appreciate it. Now turn it over now to Rudy.
Thank you. Thank you, David. And thank you, Trevor. And thank you for everyone for being here today. And the Ontario Trillium Foundation as well for being here today. You know, I've met Dave and Trevor many, many years ago, and I've seen the work that they do in this community for epilepsy. And I want to thank you, because without you, I don't think this program would be today. I'll tell you the truth. And the 94,000, I have 300, but you said it was 700 on my, what is it? 300? 300. Okay, it was 300. You know,
It was $400 today.
You know, I can see how this program has worked and how it's working going forward. And, you know, and applying for the Trillium Foundation grants are very important for you and for these programs here in Mississauga South. And I just want to congratulate you on that. And I want to thank the volunteers here and everyone, the staff at Epilepsy, because without you, David, Trevor could not do the work that they do here in Mississauga.
And Carly.
And Carly, sorry, Carly. Okay, Carly as well. I apologize for that, Carly. But, you know, so it's just, and through the education program and everything that you guys do, I just want to commend you on your hard work, your dedication here. And, you know, epilepsy is not understood by a lot of people. And that's the issue that we have to, you know, surpass. And I think once we do that, it'll be much easier for everyone to understand how this disease affects people and how we can work together to make it a better place for everyone. So on behalf of the Ontario government and myself, I'd like to present the scroll to David again.
Nice.
Another one for you. This time I give you a frame so you can hang it up. Okay. So congratulations.
Well, good afternoon, all. David, you've done such a wonderful work. I'm glad to be here and share your story as well as understand what you do. Philosopher Socrates, Joan of Arc, Napoleon Bonaparte, President Roosevelt, Charles Dickens, and Danny Glover, actor, they all struggled with one thing. Epilepsy, as you said, has often been misunderstood and mistreated. That's why targeted funding is all the more excellent. Hello, everyone. My name is Mohan Damle. I'm here from the Ontario Trillium Foundation, Halton Peel region, and the OTF is divided into 16 catchment areas. So we can serve you better and more effectively, as we were just talking about the wrong application to the wrong community, but it needs to be targeted and focused on what you precisely do in the Halton Peel region. It's my honor to be with you today, celebrating the immense community work that you do, and congratulate you on receiving the funding from the OTF. And the OTF has been here for last 40 years, and we have supported missions like you, tremendous hard work that you do, and OTF has invested over hundreds of millions of dollars in the organization, exactly like yours. And you are proving the results out of it. I'm proud that this today, 24,300
300.
is for the correction. Now, this will help you to launch a program called EPI-Buddy. Now, if I just focus on the word buddy, it tells me no one left behind.
Right.
And that's a strong word that everybody who needs help can obtain help. Your work is invaluable, and with OTF support, it will make a legacy difference. Now, what I call it is a legacy difference, that you will make a community legacy difference. Sometimes you help somebody with $1, and that's a transactional thing, but your community legacy difference. So before I wrap up, I thank OTF as well as partnering with us and your organization and the vibrancy that you bring to the community. Okay. Thank you once again for the opportunity given to me to talk on this occasion. Thank you.
It's my baby of a program, but I've worked on it for I've been here since 2012. So it's like almost 14 years in the making. It's a passion of mine, this program. And whether or not, even if your seizures are controlled, okay, this EPI-Buddy program is meant to connect you back to the community. And it's the isolation. And when I say isolation, it's just like the example I had with my one client years ago, where everybody bailed on him. All his friends, except for one, went, okay, no, I'm sorry, I'm busy, I can't come out. No, we're not doing this, And they literally shunned him, which made my blood boil. Okay. Since starting with epilepsy, and Carly and Trevor can both attest to it, my philosophy is that this is my family. All my clients are my family. And Shazeen can actually attest to my volunteers when I do the gift wrapping and stuff like that. They're not just my volunteers, they're my family. I protect them. And you've seen me in action with customers going up my volunteers. A volunteer and a client to me is no different. They're both the same because they're under this umbrella called Epilepsy South Central Ontario. So everybody is, I'm getting goosebumps. Everybody is as important to me. We're all equal. We're all the same. There's nobody who's higher or lower than anybody else. We're all in this together as a unit. So I look forward to expanding this program, getting really reaching out and doing it and coming out class. It's a work in progress, but it's progressing, and that's the important thing. So again, thank you to everybody here, and thank you to those who couldn't make it.